Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's haul. Now, I know I like my funky, big, loud prints, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate a simple one. This top called to me from afar because of its cool gray color and really nice material. It also has an unusual cut, and I think it can work well both casual and a little bit dressed up with, for example, a belt and some heels. You could wear it with sneakers, with slides, with the top unbuttoned. I think it's just an easy thing to wear. This next one is a more structured polo, and it zips all the way up. Normally, I would wear this kind of print with, let's say, dark blue pants or maybe maroon pants, anything from the colors of the checks and the stripes. I tucked it into these pants, which were also from the UKAY, and they're great because they taper down the leg and they're a little bit stretchy. I also like the wide waistband and the wide belt loop. I'll be wearing those pants for a few more items in this video, so bear with me. Now, this top wasn't something I'd normally pick out. First of all, it was very big and boxy and had huge shoulder pads, and I don't have any prints that look like this because they can border on being a little too 70s. But since I didn't have anything that looked like it, I decided to give it a go. Removing the shoulder pads immediately made it look a lot better, and it took me a couple of tries to figure out a way to wear it without being too overwhelming. I ended up opening the top two buttons and just tucking in one half of the shirt, paired with the right accessories such as these sunglasses and the belt and the watch. I think it looks pretty cool. This one's pretty boring, I know, but the fabric is really good, and when I looked at the tag, it was from Uniqlo. I love Uniqlo for its basics, so whenever I see Uniqlo in the UKAY-UKAY, I don't hesitate to pick it up. It's plain all around, except for these red buttonholes. I love a good corduroy or Western-inspired top, so when I saw this, I knew I had to get it. The floral print is very retro, and the buttons are pearl snap buttons, which I don't see very often. The contrast stitching along the top gives it a nice little something. I really love floral prints like this. It reminds me a lot of the 60s. 60s upholstery, to be more precise. I would much rather wear a brown belt and brown shoes, such as these boots. It's verging on looking a little cowboy at this point, but I kind of like it. I would go for a more loose-fitting jean instead of these skinny ones. Every time I go to the UKAY-UKAY, I tell myself I'm not gonna get another white lacy blouse. They're just so easy to find in UKAY-UKAYs, and they're always pretty cheap. But when I singled this out from all the other white lacy tops in the rack, I couldn't help myself because it had a different shape. The sleeves were a little more structured, it had a fit-in flare effect, there was lining on the top, and even though it's see-through in the middle, it doesn't really show too much. It also fits me like a glove, which is quite different from the other lacy tops I have that are just very loose and flowy. I just think this top is very Victorian and romantic, and I really don't have any other lacy top that looks like this. To be honest, I think this would fit a little girl as a dress, but it works as a top in this case. I definitely wear it with these boots, and maybe just another pair of jeans. I was already at the checkout counter when I spied this top and its red stripe calling me, and I had to go back and look at it. Sure enough, it turned out to be a pretty cute blouse, and I couldn't quite put my finger on what it reminded me of until I realized I had a hat in almost the same style. Well, not really, but just check out this hat. And that's it. Cute, right? I wouldn't really wear them together. I'd pair this top with nice sailor pants, maybe in black. This next top feels like a more fancy material. It's just that The print reminds me of scales. I'd still wear it anyway, maybe with some darker pants or maybe even a high-waisted skirt. These pants are also from the UKAY-UKAY, and you can't really see it on camera, but it's a light teal color. And they're very stretchy and they're quite low-rise. I love that they're really fitting down the thigh and down to the ankle. I just decided to fold them up a little bit because I wasn't sure of the length. I don't have a lot of stretchy pants, so it might take some pulling and folding to see what would look best on me. I think it's a great summer piece. I remembered I had an old Roman coin ring, and the buttons remind me of that. This is what it looks like untucked. Now, if this striped top doesn't remind you of the 90s, I don't know what else will. You could still wear it with these pants, but to be honest, you could pull any color from the blouse and it would look great. Whether it's the seafoam green, or the peach, or the tan, or the blue, or that dusty red, you could wear this so many ways. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to get this floral blouse, but there was just something about it and I couldn't put it down. There are roses all around. It's very sheer. However, the roses are just really pretty and they distract from the fact that you can see everything underneath. I'm not sure how they're stuck onto the fabric, but they're definitely not embroidered, and I promise I will try to figure that out. I pulled out this ring that's actually from an automotive accessory shop that also had some novelty rings and erasers right by the counter. And I think this came in a pack of 5 for 50 pesos or $1. My instinct when picking up button-up blouses is to go all the way and just wear it up to the neck. But sometimes some blouses call for a wide open neck, and let's see how that looks like. Yep, this is one of those blouses that looks better undone. I paired it with a white linen skirt, and I just love how this looks. I would wear this to brunch or maybe a daytime event, or if it's really summery, actually you could even wear this to the beach with a pair of flat sandals. One of the last things I picked out was this dress, and it's really pretty and girly, and I love the color and how it flows. I think it's quite retro looking, but you don't really need to date a dress like this. I think it would work across all different eras. The neckline is also quite unusual. The orange piping is a nice touch for this semi-cowl or drapey fabric that goes along the front. I don't have anything like this and I think it's really pretty, especially with these puffy shoulders and puffy sleeves. Even the gold buttons are nice. Of course, I'm wearing all gold jewelry just to match. I'm not really a fan of garterized waists, so I either take out the garter or I belt the dress. For today, I'm going to be belting it with this also thrifted belt in a dark cyan color that just picks up from the color in the middle of the flower. You could also do a white belt or a brown belt and just wear different shoes. This would be perfect for a daytime event. And finally, just a few extra things I picked out. Here's the kitschiest top I've ever found. I'm sure I have kitschier things, but this is definitely one of them. The print is really loud, but I think the collar just grounds everything. Sometimes I find things and I imagine certain people wearing them. And this blouse is something I'm definitely gonna give away to someone I know. I also walked by the kids section and pulled out this super cute raincoat. I can wear it as a blouse, or if it's too sheer, maybe I can give it to an actual kid. And those were all my finds this week. I hope you enjoyed.